for the cause of Christ.
Hey guys, I just want to do something a little different with the channel too. Consider this like a DLC, like an add-on to the channel. Okay, so I've been getting asked a lot by subscribers to talk more about, let me take this off, talk more about me and my past. Okay, so if you guys can take a moment of your time, I can express that to you. Okay, so as you guys know, I'm 31 years old, and I am a Christian. Just throw that out there. Now, I'm not one of those, religious fanatics kind of thing, this and that. No, I mean, we have fun too. You know what I mean? Like, we play video games and all that stuff. You guys know me. You guys, a lot of y'all think I'm awesome. Whatever. I just feel like I'm just an average guy. But here's a little bit about me, okay? Now, I wasn't always this person that I am, believe it or not. But here's a little bit of my background. Now, I grew up in Richmond, California. Crazy area. It's full of crime, drugs, and all that good stuff. I don't mean good stuff like that, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean. I grew up there. Now I got into a little bit of criminal activity growing up, but I tried to stay clean. You know what I mean? Like, I try not to get caught doing what I'm doing. Hung out with the wrong crowd, stealing and all that stuff, but got caught one time stealing at Target. I was 14. Changed my life forever. I thought I was going to jail. So me and my brothers at the time, we was placed in foster care. I was very young. I was like 12 years old in foster care. We got taken into my little brother's grandma house. She's my grandma too. Love her. She's incredible. She raised us. Now, from there on, I dealt with a lot of depression, suicide thoughts, and all that stuff. I became an alcoholic at the age of like 15. A lot of people don't know that about me. But I didn't drink to have fun. I drank to end it all, I should say. Not being able to have my mom in my life changed me a lot. So fast forward to about 15 years old, I find out that I have a daughter on the way. At the time, I didn't know it was going to be a daughter, but I had a kid on the way. But before that, I did get a girl pregnant once, and abortion came, and because I was very promiscuous, and as a youngster, because the way I was raised was, the more women you get, the more manlier you are. See, in the hood, they tell you, if you ain't got no girls, then you're gay. Don't cancel me, guys. I'm just saying, that's just how it is. You guys want the blunt, you guys want the truth. So I'm gonna tell you. So without a father figure in my life, I found a father figure in every male that I had in my life, and not all of them was the best, because a lot of people told me to do things a certain way in life that was not legal. So back to me finding I had a kid on the way. I got into more deeper depression because I was still in high school. I didn't have a job. I didn't know what to do. Got a little something right there, man. This is the raw cut right here. It ain't gonna always be like this. I'm gonna be doing some devotion with you guys, but this is just a little bit about me. So I got more depressed, became more of an alcoholic, wanted to really end it all. Tried and everything. So I ended up getting invited to church by my friend John. He invited me. I went to a youth group. Or I think I went to a Bible study first. They did a little Bible study at the youth pastor house. It was about maybe 30 of us there, I think. Maybe 20, I don't know. Seemed like it was a packed house. Now, mind you, I'm just this punk kid who baggy pants, tall tee, Bay Area mentality. I listened to that hyphy music, so I didn't really care. But I thought it was kind of cool, man. I was just like, wow. So I asked questions. I'm like, hey, when's the next one? And they said next week, and I was just like, bro, that's too far away. I actually enjoy this. So I got invited into a youth group that Friday night. And let me tell you, at the time, bro, I was a thug. I'm telling you, man, I was a straight thug. I hung out with Bloods and stuff, man. Like, your boy was like, I was a fighter too, man. I grew up a fighter, so everybody knew they didn't want these problems. It was like, hey, that boy B, man, one hit a quitter. So, at the time, a guy like me goes to this youth group, and they hit me. Man, what? I was just like, okay, you know what? I was like, okay. It just started, the youth pastor was just talking. I was just like, oh, okay, He was like, oh, I'm from Richmond too. And I was like, word? Okay, let me hear this cat out. So he's preaching. Not really preaching, just more of introduction part of it. And I'm just like, this dude is funny. Hey, I think at the time I was like, hey, this N-word is mother funny. Oh, yeah, I cussed a lot. And I was like, this dude is mother funny, man. This N-word. So, they played the worship music. At the time, it was like the worship time, like the first, 30 minutes of the youth group. So they started off with some fast music. So, so I was just like, okay. I never listened to rock. Okay. Oh, that sounds kind of clean. And then this is how God worked right here. He knew that. See, this is how God works in people's lives. Sometimes you ask God, hey God, are you even real? Can you make yourself evident to me? Because I'm having a hard time believing. And that's where I was. I heard the introduction. I heard the worship as far as like some of the music, and it didn't attract me. So I already felt a little hard-hearted a little bit about it, because I was just kind of like, man, whatever. So it took more than humor, you know what I mean? And they ended up busting out some Lecrae. Now, mind you, this was in 2006. I was like, hold up. I was like, hold up. Y'all Christians getting down like this? Dang. So, they played some Lecrae, and I was just like, I'm feeling this. And they played some more. They played some 116. I was just like, dang. As you guys know, I listen to 116, man, because, I got to tell it right here. I'm unashamed. You know what I mean? But anyway, I was like, word? Okay. So, after that, they played like 2 or 3 songs of some Christian rap, and I was just like, okay. Then they play some Ambassador, maybe some Grits. Hey, this is old school. This is old school Christian rap, man. We're talking mid 2000. So I was just like, I said, maybe this God thing ain't boring, man, because yeah, like we went to churches, when I was a youngster, but it wasn't about no salvation, man. It was more about tradition. And that tradition stuff can kill you, man. So I needed salvation. I know I did. And then that night, I believe that's where God really called me. So they ended up playing some Hillsong. And I think it was like Mighty to Save and Hosanna. And I remember like, wow. I kind of looked around. I'm just like, why have my eyes closed? And I was like, okay, I guess I do the same thing. I didn't know. I just thought that was something they did. So I was just like, all right. So I'm sitting there like, okay, I hear the words. I'm like, God, what's going to happen? So it didn't hit me at that spot. I mean, I felt moved a little bit. I'm just like, I feel different. I feel like feel like something's happening a little bit. But the doubt in your head, you just like, nah, it's all in my head. So it came down to the preaching part. And his name is Alan. And Alan was just like preaching. I'm just like, dang. I was like, I want this. I want this, man. So I believe that night I actually received Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, man. And that was about, I want to say like June of 2006, man. And I was just like, I need this, man. And I remember after the service, I was talking to Alan and some of the guys, and I'm just like, I didn't know y'all get down like this, man. And he was just like, yeah, man, you need to come by again. And I was like, man, I would. Mind you, at the time, these guys are just strangers. But I just felt so compelled, and I felt the need to want to come again. I don't know why. I had no control over it. I just know that I was just a teenager dealing with depression, suicide, alcoholic, promiscuous, um, just all of the above, man. And I didn't want that. It was weird because as a teenager, they encouraged that, but I didn't want it. I didn't want that for me because I just felt like it wasn't me. So I end up getting saved, and then fast forward a little bit long. In December 3rd of 2006, at about 11:30 in the morning, I remember it exactly. I accepted Jesus into my heart and was baptized in the Holy Spirit. So spoken tongues and all of that. So I was saved before, and then this time I was just like, fill me up, give me that spirit right there. So I end up, I think, not even a year later, I jumped head in. I ended up moving in with the youth pastor because, hey, his family was like, his wife was like, come through, and his two sons was like, hey, we never had a big brother before. So I ended up moving there, man, and I was getting discipled, dude. The whole time, man, I'm just getting discipled. I didn't know what God had planned. None of us do, man. We just know that, we come to a destination in time, in our time, and God seems to take the steering wheel just a little bit and go, hey, check this out. And you're just like, your curiosity is like, oh, they say curiosity killed the cat, but I think curiosity sometimes kill Satan a little bit, man. Because Satan be like, hey, bro, you don't want to know about that. But then you like, I kind of do. So I end up preaching, man, and become a youth leader. I became the leader of the evangelist team, man. I preached my whole high school, man. I went from this thug who's trying to get at every female, you feel me, to dog. I'm over there like, hey, I'm talking to teachers. I'm like, y'all need Jesus, man. Let me pray with you, man. Let me pray with you. I'm praying in my meals at school. You know what I mean? And I'm bringing my Bible. So I end up reaching, I feel like thousands of kids, man, on my campus. So fast forward a little bit, graduation, 2008, it's when I graduated. And before that, though, I did want to join the Marines. And I worked hard for it. I did. I at one point I lost a lot of weight, was practically skinny because I ran so much in high school. And I realized that because I'm flat-footed, it would cause a lot of issues. So I wasn't able to join the Marines when I wanted to. So I felt a little sad about that because that's what I wanted to do. I had my goals. I was just like, I want to be a Marine. I want to be a sniper. I want to be infantry. And when I'm done with that, my plan was to move to LA and become SWAT or something like that. I wanted to do that. That was my life dream. That I felt like that was my purpose. But we have two goals in life, two purposes in life. The first purpose is what we try to create and what we try to fulfill within our own hearts. And our second purpose is what God has destined us to do. So me wanted to be that, God was more of, you know what? I got something better for you. So, not being able to do that, that was like God's way of saying, I'm sorry, but I got something better. And at the time, I was just like, okay, let's do it then. So that not even a year later, after graduating high school, I had the opportunity to go to Africa. Now, that right there within itself was life changing. I went to Ghana, Africa, London, and well, I should just say the UK. And it was just life changing, being able to preach around the world. Not around the world, but preaching these locations and allowing God to really use me to see the world in a different way. And at that moment, I knew that the world is bigger than Brian. The world is bigger than my dreams, but it's not too big for God. So I was like, you know what? I want to serve my purpose for God. I want to live my life for God. So at that point, that's what I did. It was a bumpy road because circumstances. See, let me tell y'all about circumstances real quick. Sorry the video is so long, but in order for Satan to intervene in your life, he needs circumstance to motivate him. Because it's circumstance that drives him to want to interfere with your life and make you do either one or two things. The first thing, you can say, you know what? God, how can I worship you in my current situation? Or God, how can I love you in my current situation? What do I do, God? And the second one, you can be like, screw this. It's you, God, that put me in this. So, when we need to realize that 90% of the time, the situations we are in is because we caused it for ourselves. The other 10% is what other people do. But in the reality of it is we make our own decisions. So regardless, it is our own fault how we handle things. And I learned that at a very young age, especially with death. I learned that death is natural, and I accepted that because I lost a lot of loved ones. And at one point, I felt like I became numb to it. But, yeah, not a lot of people have that. So, yeah, that's just the introduction, guys. Sorry it took too long. But, if you guys want more of this stuff, man, like it, because I'm thinking about doing something a little different too. But I'm still going to do what I'm doing. It's just that I got the request to do these kind of videos. So, you guys have a good night. Stay blessed. I'll see y'all later, man.